Hello, my peeps. Hmm. It is Tracy here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, neighborhood paper pusher, trying to get the screens to go in the right order as I try to look like I'm not going, what the f is going on with my computer? It keeps moving on me and going where I don't want it to go. Just a minute here. Okay. Oh, look at this. I'm exactly on time today. And I have a bunch of important announcements that I have no graphics for. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to look at me for the next few minutes because I got my papers down there and some of them are internal documents, as it were. I'm just trying to get, once again, as always, trying to get my comments. I have a odd comment scenario for you today as well. Oh, I was in the right spot. I was just being impatient. Shocking. Okay, yeah, see, I get impatient and I scroll, and then the scroll doesn't catch up, and then when it does, it goes shooting past where it's supposed to. Oops, I just hit the wrong button. Sorry. I am parked today. Costco. Oh, one of the things I have to tell you about is some price increases. And I thought, it is what it is, right? Like it's the way of the world right now. But I still can't help myself. My son and I went to Costco to stock up on, the groceries, getting some. So, and I have like, usually it's a 2 or 3 part process to get groceries from all the places to begin with. But now you really have to watch the prices. And now you have to kind of look and see, okay, what can I get here? What can I get here? What's on sale? And I went to Save On today because the chicken I like, which I think when I first started buying, it was like $22 or something, 23 maybe, for like a 3 kilo box of boneless skinless chicken breast. It's now, I think, $37 or $38 a box. So I always wait till it goes on sale to 27, $28. I think it was $29.99 today. It hasn't seemed like lately it's been the 20. But anyways, today is the first Tuesday, so it's 15% off. So I managed to remember that and time it all perfectly. The sale goes till tomorrow, so you don't have till tomorrow to get it. So that makes it about $25 a box, which, because we go through a lot. But it's crazy how much Costco was out of Kraft peanut butter, just peanut butter. And I thought maybe it's missing somewhere. And I remember it being about $6 or $7 for like the big 2K thing there. I talked to my friend, and apparently no, it's closer to 9 or 10 now, but they didn't have any. So when we went to Save On, let's look for peanut butter, $15. And I can't help but feel like I get to my parents. $15 for peanut butter. Anyway, so it is what it is, and you just gotta find ways to work around it. So I'm gonna go down my list, and then I do have some graphics, and then we're gonna make some treat holders. I apologize because I said I would make treat holders last Tuesday, and I found the note on my desk saying that's what I was gonna do. Because the other day I said, hey, we'll make a fun fold or something. I don't think we'll have time for a fun fold, but these are quick and easy and fantastic treat holders. Plus, I'm really curious about stuff because I just like to try things lately. So I'm going to try the biggest one possible to show you. I also move my camera up so that you can see more of my desk. So when I'm doing bigger things, it's not. Now, I'm curious to see how that's going to affect, like, am I going to have to hold everything up? But well, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, yesterday I did a live, and it was the sneak peeks of the stuff that was coming up. And after, no comments came up during the live. And then after when the live was over, I looked at my phone and I had a little YouTube notification. So I clicked on it, or no, like it shows in the, sorry, I know I saw like at least some of it. So it shows a list of all the things you missed. I had all sorts of things after a call. I was only on for like half an hour, and all of a sudden my phone blew up while I was on. So I could see a little YouTube thing, and it looked like I saw the word where. So like somebody was asking me a question. Did not see who the comment was from. And as soon as I clicked on it to see more, it disappeared. I clicked every conceivable place I could think of in YouTube to try to find what it was and like answer the question. Nothing, gone. So if you asked me a question yesterday, I apologize. I have no idea who it was or what the question was. And I most definitely didn't answer it because I saw where. So I have no idea what it was. But I think somebody asked me a question yesterday, and I really hope you see this and will ask me again. What did I? Oh, what did I do with my phone? I was going to try to watch on my phone, well, but I'll do my iPad instead, just to see if it's just my computer that's not showing stuff. And I do have the setting set to be able to see the chat and to be able to see the chat like after the live is done. I can't remember what that function's called, but you can pick one or the other, and I pick no, I want to be able to see it afterwards because I'm not super good with the comments. Sorry, I have like 17 things going here on my iPad. I'm not super good with the comments. I'm easily distracted, like squirrel. Like I just turned on the iPad and the politics stuff. Whew. And yeah, easily distracted. So I may not get to everything, but I would like to always go back and comment or, see what or answer questions or whatever. So I want to be able to go do that. I just, for whatever reason, I can't. Okay, this is all of a sudden. I don't know where the mute button on my iPad is when I open a video. So just give me a second. Let's get one open anyway. So anyhow, I've also received the question in the past because I would love for you guys to comment and chat with me, and I will do my best to like be able to read them and do things at the same time. That they couldn't comment. So I signed up for YouTube a very long time ago. Seriously, I don't know why it won't open. I can see the picture, but I just can't make it open to the point where I can actually do anything with it. So I don't exactly remember, but my IT department in the basement said you just need to have a YouTube log on. So I think you just go like sign up, like name and email and password. I think is maybe actually what it is. You don't have to have an account. You don't have to pay for anything. You just have to have a YouTube login, and then it will let you comment, because then it will comment as whatever you set up your login as, right? So I think that's the only thing you have to do. Like I have a channel and I have all sorts of other stuff. I still don't pay for anything on YouTube. So I don't know that you do have, I don't know what the pay things would be, but yeah, I did it long enough ago that I don't remember. But apparently that's what you need. So if that helps anybody, I'm going to give up on that because it's not working. Okay. So I'm up at midnight last night, putting in my order because the 2 new kits, and I had some customer orders to put in as well. I like to beat the line. Like I said, I'm not patient. I don't want to wait for anything. I see something, I want it now. And I'm not even of the computer generation and the 30-second TikToks and all that. That's not even my generation. I've just, I think, always been impatient. Oh, I like it. I want to know. So I'm doing that. So on Tuesdays as a demonstrator, Tuesdays we also get weekly updates with, and they click at midnight at the same time. So I have learned, because I like to think I get smarter as I get older, to check the updates first before I just automatically go order. Because the one time I ordered and then I read the updates and it was like, oh, and by the way, this is now available. And I was like, oh, so I always check. Well, imagine my surprise last night when I checked and found out a couple rather significant changes, I think. So I'm gonna have to hold up. If you watched me yesterday, I showed you these little things I made, right? These are watercolor, and they look. Here, I'm gonna go like this. Oh, look at this. This is the Playing in the Rain little bunny stamp, and this is from Thoughtful something. Thoughtful Wishes. I love this little thistle stamp. So this is called No Line watercolor, and you use the stamp to give you like the base, because you know me, I can't draw. And then use your watercolor painters to make these really cool watercolor stuff. And this is on the like Stampin' Up's got watercolor paper. And they're just, it's so fun. And the watercolor, you can do like watercolor backgrounds. Anyways, painters are great. So they come in a pack of 3. Well, this is actually turning out to be quite well instead of having the overhead, because I forgot I do have some props here to remember. But so anyways, what you get is a package of 3 water painters. And in the bottom, can you see? There's water in there. So it makes it super easy to paint. Now, I will be honest, I only use the 2 smaller sizes because I'm not that talented of a painter. This is the big one. You want to know what this big one is the absolute best for, though? Because you squeeze it and the water comes out onto the brush, right? So instead of dipping your brush in, it's always sealing envelopes. If you don't like to lick the gross, disgusting glue on an envelope, use this instead and seal it. If you were doing a really big background water wash, that's what this is actually for. But anyways, oh, I meant to look this up and I forgot to look it up. Well, let's see how many things we can do at once. Anyways, find out yesterday that the supplier of these is no longer going to make them. So Stampin' Up has whatever supply they have left, and then they will be gone. When they're gone, Stampin' Up will, or probably before they're gone, but it takes time. Stampin' Up is very particular about quality, and they do lots of testing, and they'll source all these different things. They will try to find replacements. Like this is when I first started, we had a different one. It was just like you'd get like, I think it was actually a pack of two, but they were the exact same painters. These ones with the 3 different size tips, this is new. So I don't know what the new one would look like, but they will try to source a new vendor to get watercolor painters, but that will obviously take time. $18 plus shipping and tax. That's what these are. These are awesome. I love them. But if you are interested, and I was going to do, it changes things a bit, because I was going to do every now and again, I was going to do a Technique Tuesday. I figured if I started like mixing it up again, I'm going to do fun folds for March, because I said I would. Although I realize it's March and I'm doing a treat, but I had said that before I realized. The good thing is there's 5 weeks in March. There's not totally 5 weeks, but it'll work out. So the 4 fun folds I was going to do, I can still do, and I can do treats. Best of both worlds. But I was going to start doing every now and again, I would just do a technique one. Tell you what to have ahead of time, because I love doing the technique classes, and there's so much stuff you can learn about our tools. So you get like your full value out of them by using them. So I was going to do this one, and I was going to tell you have water painters. But if you want them, you need to get them soon. So I am putting an order in later tonight, a group order for anybody who wants to get the new online exclusives. We'll talk about that later, or the new kits or whatever. But I'm also going to put one in on the 11th of March, because there's 2 other things that need to be ordered sooner rather than later. And one of them can't be ordered till the 11th. So you have today, and then you have again on the 11th. If your order is big enough, I can order at any point. The group orders, I need to get at least $100 worth, and then I put it in, because then everybody saves on shipping. So that's water painters. One. Second thing is the cost of cardstock is going up. Now it's going up with the release of the new catalog. The new catalog releases May 1st. So it sounds like that's way down the road. But here's the thing. I think some of the white paper is going to sell out before then, and probably won't be restocked in time. And so that by the time it does get restocked, it's going to be at the new price. So they're making some changes. Now I'm going to tell you what the deal is, and then I'm going to put in a big order, and I'm going to stock up on the things that I use the most and the things that I can, because I want to try to keep my class prices what they are. Eventually, I'm going to run out of paper. I'm going to have to do it, and I can only buy and store so much paper at a time. But if you have paper at home, and if you're running low on anything, now is the time to get it. Or if there's certain things you like, now is the time to get them. So currently, you get basic white paper or very vanilla paper, a pack of 40 for $18. They're changing going forward, and all the packs are going to be packs of 24. And they're all going to cost $20 each. So yes, it's going up in price. The colored cardstock is 24 to a pack. It's currently $15.75. It will become $20 for 24. So both the black and white, vanilla and white, and the colored are both going up. The white is going up by more. White and vanilla is going up by more. There will no longer be 8.5 by 11 basic white. They already got rid of the 8.5 by 11 very vanilla in the fall sometime, whatever they were doing that. So the 8.5 by 11, the thick cardstock, sorry, I think I said that wrong. The thick cardstock that is 8.5 by 11 will no longer be in that size. You'll only be able to get it in 12 by 12, which is new. Currently, you can't get it in 12 by 12. And then, so the mixed packages of cardstocks that have like 20 of them. So you get, usually there's, if it's 10 colors, you get 2 each. If it's the new in colors, you get 4 of each of 5 colors. Those will still happen in the 8.5 by 11, $20. In a way, it'll be easier. Everything's just going to be $20 for 8.5 by 11 cardstock. But you cannot get thick basic white. Once they run out, you won't be able to get the 8.5 by 11. Now I use that for my card bases, and you just cut a piece in half, boom, 2 card bases. The 12 by 12, you cut it 2 cuts, and there's some strips left over. So not as efficient. As far as the 12 by 12 goes, currently you can buy color family 12 by 12. So you would get a package of 12. No, must be 20 in there. Anyways, I can't remember because I realized I wrote down the white one. Right now, you can currently get white 12 by 12, just regular cardstock. That's going away. It will only be the thick. And the thick cardstock is going to be 24 sheets in a package instead of 12. So it's double the size now. And it's going to be, I can't see the price, $30 Canadian. Nope, sorry, $36 Canadian. The regular 12 by 12 cardstock, when they come out, which right now, I mean, every now and again, they come out with a package. They had black at one point. Maybe they're going to have some more colors. Anyways, those ones will be the $30 for a package of 24. But the packs you can get right now that have like all 10 families, and I think there's 2 of each. I want to say there's 20. They're getting rid of those. So there won't be any of the variety pack colors of the regular 12 by 12 cardstock. Now, what they are doing, though, is they're also adding, when the new catalog comes out, in the annual catalog comes out, there will be, they're supposed to be, I think it's still online, the new 2-tone 12 by 12 cardstock. So it's like dark on the front and then a slightly lower or regular color on the front. And then if you looked on the back, it'd be like a slightly lighter shade of the same color. That stuff, they're meant to have all 50 colors, and I think the in colors, but all 50 of the color family colors. That will still come out, and they'll have mixed packs of that coordinate with the scrapbooking kits that come out, because that's what's used in there. So there will be some options for that. And those ones you get 12 sheets of $13.75. So yes, they're less, but they're also half the number of sheets. So I realize that was a lot, and maybe it was confusing, but the important part is they're changing some of the configurations. You won't be able to get mixed 12 by 12 packs, mixed color 12 by 12 packs. You won't be able to get 8.5 by 11 black and white. Sorry, black and white. Thick basic white. I write basic white is BW, so every time I see BW, I keep saying black and white. So you won't be able to get the 8.5 by 11 thick black basic white, but you'll be able to get 12 by 12 thick basic white. And yes, prices are going up. So if you want some of the paper, let me know. I can't guarantee how long any of it will be in stock. I mean, it will all come back. It's just a matter of, does it come back before the price goes up or not? Like I said, I will be stocking up. So I'm going to do that. Okay. The new Stampin' Rewards system is coming out, and it's not coming out till April. But I'm going to tell you that that's another good reason to have an online account. I'm going to tell you about Paper Pumpkin really quickly. But what I can tell you right now, and Stampin' Up! Did the numbers. Right now in the current Stampin' Rewards system, if your order's over $200, you get Stampin' Rewards. It starts at 10%, and then I want a cheat sheet. At $375, you get 12%. At $550, you get 14%. $725, you get 16%. And once your order is $550 or more, you get a half price item. In the 13 years I've been doing this, I've had a handful of people who have, or a handful of orders that have gone over the $200 mark, that people have got Stampin' Rewards. I'm not sure anybody's ever ordered enough to get a half price item from me. So Stampin' Up! Did the numbers, and they said currently only about 47% of orders qualify for Stampin' Rewards, and a good percentage of those, especially at the higher amounts, are demonstrators doing events, like big events where they order a bunch of stuff, not individual customer orders. But in the new system, everybody gets Stampin' Rewards on anything $25 or more, which means Paper Pumpkin will now qualify, because you don't get it on shipping, but the base cost of a kit is $25 and the rest of it is shipping. So that will now start. And so basically what you do is, for everything you buy, you get 10% in Stampin' Rewards to use on your next order, right? So it's a much better system. What you need, though, is you need to make sure before this goes live on the 15th of April, so that there's no confusion and that everything is good, that you have an online account at stampinup.ca. So I will put a link to my store, and you can, it's very easy to go do it. When you go to do it, you just go like add something to cart or whatever, or find where it says sign in and go to sign in. If you have a login that works there, you're good. If you don't, set one up. Just make sure you pick an email that you actually have access to, not just like some random Hotmail, or I was trying to think of the really old one, AOL, that you actually have and keep using but never actually go look at. Don't do that. Make it one you can actually check. So you want to do that. Closer to the date, I will have more. All I can tell you is the new Stampin' Reward stuff is going to be fantastic. As a demonstrator, yes, it affects me on my bigger events, but for customers, awesome, because you guys now are going to reap the rewards. Now, the other thing you want is for the Paper Pumpkin, because you want to have a login for that as well. So Paper Pumpkin is changing over. Right now, there's a paperpumpkin.com. It's a website. It's not my favorite website. I struggle with that website sometimes. But once you sign up to get a Paper Pumpkin subscription, that's where you go. And then you can suspend things, and you can change your address or credit card or whatever on this site. Well, what they're doing is they're moving it over to the Stampin' Up site. So you will go to stampinup.ca, the same site as you go for everything else. And I think it's the drop down will say subscriptions and it'll show Paper Pumpkin stuff there. You can buy month-to-month subscription. You could do prepaid subscriptions. Like there's all sorts of stuff. It's all going to be in one place. It's going to be fantastic. And like I said, now because of the way they're doing it, and because it's all going to be in one place, the 10% rewards that you get. So every month you're going to get 10%, which basically $250. So your Paper Pumpkin, the way I look at it, your Paper Pumpkin just went down by $250 because that's how much you're going to get in rewards. So the next time you go to order, buy something in the store, buy whatever, you're going to start racking up these rewards. Every purchase you make over 25. Now, and they said, I can't remember if I said it, 99% of orders will now qualify. So to me, 1% of the orders that go in are less than $25, which made me think, who orders less than $25 and pays $10.95 shipping on it? I can never do that. If I'm paying $10.95 shipping, I'm having $100 at least. I will stock up on things for better shipping because that's the math, right? Okay. So there's going to be a lot of noise about it, and there's videos, and I think Paper Pumpkin people already got an email saying, hey, it's going over. And on the 11th of March, people are going to get an email saying, here's what you need to do. I have two very important messages to tell you so nobody panics. It's all good. One, if you are signed up currently, right, and you haven't, there's a slight change there. Normally you have to like midnight on the 10th or 11:59 on the 10th to choose whether you want the next month's kit or not. Because of all these transitions, you actually only have till noon on the 10th of March to decide if you want the March kit. But if you're a current subscriber or you bought a prepaid and you've already gone in and entered it into the old system, you're totally fine. You have to do nothing. And you don't actually have to do anything ever, really. Your Paper Pumpkin will keep processing and shipping and processing and shipping until you run out of money on a prepaid or until your credit card expires. It'll just keep going, right? In the new system, you don't have to do anything. But if you, at any point you want to suspend, which they've now changed instead of suspend, because there was some confusion with that, you could go in and hit suspend and it would skip the next month, or it would skip the month that was coming up. And then the next month it would automatically start again. But suspend made people think it was suspended like indefinitely. And so they would get a kit and they'd all, so now they've changed it to the word skip. So basically you're skipping 1 month. But if you want to do that, or you want to change your address, or you want to update your email, or you want to update your credit card number, then you have to go in after the 11th of March, you go into the system and you hit claim and you claim your account. And you make sure that that the email you use to claim your account is one you have access to, because then you're going to have to go into your email and say, yes, this is actually me, and confirm it, right? Like every other subscription you do, confirm it, because there's all sorts of FOIP laws and you want to make sure nobody gets access to your stuff. So this is all just keeping in time with that. So right now, if you are signed up, you need to do nothing. If you want to make changes to something after the 11th of March, then you will need to go into the system and claim your account. And I mean, there's videos that are going to come out that are going to walk you through this, and I will do a whole separate like pre-done video, and I'll just post it on YouTube and you can watch it at your leisure of Paper Pumpkin and how it works. And I'll link all the other videos and stuff like that. For now, you don't have to worry. The second thing that you need to know that is very important though, in the new system, like right now, I have a month-to-month subscription, and I've had it since day one, 13 years ago. And I've got every kit, I think except for one. I did pause on one because it was just not my style of kit, and it was a busy summer, and I was like, I'm not going to do anything with this. So I think I've missed one kit in 13 years. More recently, though, I started buying the 12-month subscription. So every time during celebration, I buy a 12-month subscription. I add it to my account because then I get all the free stuff, and I let that run. And then if there's ever a month like this coming up month, I'm not ordering extras for anybody unless you want me to. If you want me to order one, you have to tell me. I'm ordering one extra kit for myself. I can go in now and I can hit 2, right? So instead of getting 1 kit, I can up it to 2 kits. In the current system, I can do that because 1 will come out of my monthly and 1 will come off the prepaid, because the prepaid only ever takes 1 at a time, right? Even if I put 5 in there, only 1 month is coming off my prepaid. The rest will come off my credit card, right? In my month to month. So that's how I have my thing set up. Well, in the new system, if you have a month to month and you have a prepaid, they're going to be in 2 separate places. You can have 6 prepaids, but each one of them is going to be a separate account. So if you have 2 prepaid codes and you go into them both right now, you're getting you're getting a kit for each one of them. And until the first kit ships, you can't suspend or skip or anything, right? And prepaid, you can never cancel. Prepaid, you've already paid for, they run out, right? But you can go into your monthly one and you can cancel it. And what it will do is it stays in the system. And then when your prepaid runs out, you just go back, hit one button, hit reactivate, and then you can go back to having a month to month if you don't have a prepaid. But you do not want to enter multiple prepaid codes unless you want multiple of the same kit, because it will automatically send you one kit of each every month until they run out, right? They're not, when one runs out, the other one takes over. No, they run concurrently. So I currently have, I think, because I did skip one, or I don't know, I bought it later, or I entered it later or something. I still have 2 months left on my prepaid. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to cancel my monthly so that my prepaid is the one that till my kits are finished, those two. And then when those two are finished, then I'm going to enter my next prepaid code. So I just keep getting one every month. Okay. So right now you don't have to do anything if you just have a regular old month to month. But if you have a prepaid one, on March 11th, when the new system comes in, go in and make sure that you suspend or you cancel the month to month and you keep just prepaid, and you have one prepaid going at a time unless you want multiple kits. If you want multiple kits, then by all means keep them all running. Okay, and I will explain this more if you need, but that's the only two things you really got to pay attention to, because you will start getting multiples of things. Okay. I got to see, normally on the 9th of the month, we see what, like, some sneak peeks for the next month's kit, but we saw them today. So what I can tell you is the April kit is very nice. It's got this cool, like, alcohol wash. Anyways, very cool, colorful, cool backgrounds with some gold stuff in them. It's got the word hugs in it, but I can't remember anything else. It's got a really good stamp set, actually. What I do remember about the stamp set, because they don't normally tell us the stamp set, but today they showed it. There's one that says congratulations. There's 3 big words, and then there's a bunch of little words, right? Well, 2 of the little words that go with the congratulations is on your retirement and to the happy couple. Since I've started Stampin' Up, one of the most, like, requested things I've ever had is there a retirement set? So congratulations on your retirement. That's going to be gold. That's in the April set. It's 9 cards. I don't really remember if there's any other details. But the other thing I know is that because it's going to be a new quarter, right? January, February, March, we had this set of dies, right? With the heart, these are chives from February's kit. And then there's a bee and a hive in here that are coordinate with the March kit. March kit, going to be epic. Sign up if you haven't already, or ask me to get you one. But one of the two, it has to be done by noon on the 10th. So April, May, June is a new quarter, so 3 new kits. Now, this is the dies that are available on the 11th of March. They are $16.50. When you add shipping and tax, they come out to $19.23. I have a cheat sheet on my desk I'm looking at. So any of you guys, if you want to go in and order your own, that's fine. But if you want to do it on the group order for the cheaper shipping, let me know by the 11th of March that you want me to order you dies. The dies are awesome because even if you didn't have paper pumpkin, you can use these dies. The first one is the word hugs. I don't have a picture yet, and I don't think we'll have a picture until closer to that date. So one of them is a die cut that spells out the word hugs. That's the one that coordinates with April. The one that coordinates with May is a really nice label, like a good size, just like label outline. And the one that goes, what did I just say, April, May, June? The one that goes with June is a big flower and a set of leaves, and they're both standalone, right? So they don't just cut out the shape of something. So all of these dies could be used independent of the kits. Or they can be used, you don't need them to finish the kit, but you can use them to use your kit supplies to make more things, is basically how the dies work. If you want a set of those dies, let me know before the 11th, because on the 11th, I will be going in and ordering a big group order with the dies and probably some paper and probably whatever else is out by then. Okay. That's a lot of updates. I will recap all the good things afterwards, and I will mention all of this in the newsletter at the end of the week as well. Website, group order, cloud add-on dies, new program. Look at me. I covered my whole list. Okay. Now, let me just go. Of course, as soon as I do this, I click to bring the, oops, I don't want to hit stop. I'm going to switch to this so you can see my screen. As soon as I do this, Now all my stuff gets in the wrong order. So just a second while I get all my screens in the right order. There we go. Nope, where'd it go? There we go. Okay. So yes. Now let's take these pieces of paper out. See, I can never fit these in like the full size of the paper, but because I moved my camera up, I can. Okay, so I've posted a couple times. I can't figure out a way to post into the groups like 2 or 3 events at the same time without having to do every one of them like individually. So I have to keep posting to Paper Pusher and these 3 groups that I post in at the same time. So you're going to see that the events are going to get posted a lot more now because I can't figure out an easier way to do it. So first one coming up, 29th of March, I will have the new kits and the new paper pumpkin and some other kits that I've sort of been cleaning up and have found some other cool kits. So there'll be lots of new selection at the March kit together. This is Saturday morning, 10 to 12, Foxhole, delicious snacks. Please register in advance. I need registrations by the Monday of that week. Otherwise, I cancel it, and then I let the people there know that we're not taking up all that space. Spring Fling, 11th of April. This is a Friday night. This is at the Cultural Center here. And this is a twofer. I like the word twofer. I also use the word threefer, which I think I just made up because I don't actually think it's a thing. So what we're going to do is I will have the new annual catalog by then because I could do my pre-order on the 25th. So I should have copies of annual catalogs for you, is what I meant by I'll have the annual catalog. And I'll have some samples of the new in colors. The pre-order for the annual catalog is limited. It's mostly in colors and a couple bundles. It's not everything in the catalog, but in colors are the exciting part of the annual catalog, if you ask me. So I'll have that. We're going to do some make and takes. We're going to make at least one card or note card or something with the new in colors. Plus, we're going to make a magnetic bookmark, which I was going to bring out a sample to show you, but I didn't. Anyways, they're cool. We'll have a couple of make and takes. So you can come just see the new stuff, pick up your catalog, get the new stuff. We'll have some treats, or you can come and do that, and there'll be time to do both. I planned it well. There'll be time to do both, or you can come and see all the new stuff and get all the goodies, plus make some cards. So I know I told you this because I have so many cards made with this set, but this mixed media florals, sweet. I love it. So we're making these 4 cards. Hello. And the beauty of this is, I was going to read what they say. You can make them say whatever you want because we're going to make these 4 cards. I'll have lots of things cut out. This one, there'll be like a slight variety of them. I've already done, I think I showed you from last time, and I never put them away yet. I have already done all of the little ladybugs. There's just a ton of little ladybugs in here, all cut out. So you can put ladybugs on your cards and see this one? 3 ladybugs. I love these ladybugs. Everybody also gets 3 of these sheets of sentiments. So the beauty of these cards is you can make the 4 cards and you can make multiples of 4. If you want to make 8 cards, let me know and I'll tell you what the price is for 8 cards or 12 or whatever. But you make these and then you have all of these sentiments to pick from. So you can either put them on as you make them or you just take these home with you. I did actually decide I was going to include, they're on here somewhere. I don't know. Oh, yes, I do. There we go. 1 sheet of the mini dimensionals that you can take with you. So you can take this as like a little kit. And then once you have all your cards made and then, you need to use a card and you're like, oh, I need a card that says, you can pick the sentiment, add it to the card where it's supposed to go, and then send it out. Or you can pre-make them if you already know what you want them to say. But anyways, these are going to be like, I got a lot of stuff prepped already. So you're going to be able to whip these off pretty quickly. Have lots of fun playing, get to do a little bit of coloring, and then you'll have your little thing of sentiments to take with you. So you can do both. You can look at the new stuff. You can make the cards. You can just do one. If you want to buy this amazing bundle, which I always forget to take out, but with any luck, florals, this bundle, that's the stamp set. And those are the amazing dies. And those little ladybugs. There's 2 of each of the ladybugs. I don't know if you saw my post. There's 1 each of the stamps, but 2 each of the dies, so you can cut them out faster. This is the big standalone one that's on here. It's gorgeous, white on white. Absolutely love these dies. Anyways, if you get the dies or like the bundle itself costs $92. It's like $91.08 or some crazy number. That's basically the cost of the class if you buy the bundle. How's that for a deal? Where did I put the box? It's over there. I could probably show you. I'll have lots of samples because I could probably show you oh, another dozen cards at least that I made with this bundle because I love it so much. And the paper is fantastic. Okay, so register for that one. It's on the Friday. I already got a couple of people. Pretty sure we'll have enough. This is going to go ahead. But future classes after this, yeah, I'm going to start needing to see some more registrations or things just start going to happen. The Stampin' Up! Retired product sale, 4th annual. This is always a big hit. So many deals. I price my stuff with the intention to get my garage empty. I have a lot of stuff in my garage. I have a lot less now after 4 years of doing this. There'll be lots of new stuff from the last year and a bit added to this. Anything that's retired in the last year will go in here. And I'm like purging more. I used to hoard a bit more. I'm purging more stuff as it is. I have a few favorites that I'll always keep, but a lot more stuff going in the retired product sale. So yeah, there's 6 different vendors. Everybody prices and does their own thing. But you're all just like in one row in a room and you can just do deals is what I'm saying. 14th of June. You can just show up on the 14th of June if you want. If you want a VIP pass for like customers, you have to let me know so I can send it to you. And if you RSVP, not only can I send you a pass, but I will send you a reminder the week before saying, hey, don't forget next Saturday sale. And then our big event that comes up in October, but you'll notice the RSVP dates are June and July. This usually sells out and it is a blast. One of my favorite days of the year, but lots to be done, lots to register and prep and do. The sooner you register, the better. Plus, this will give us a better idea of what we're doing and how many, and so we can pre-buy some of the stuff while it's cheaper so the price doesn't go up. It's also World Card Baking Day that day, so when you start seeing the stuff for Stampin' Up, you can register independently if you want, but just know we'll be doing it at the extravaganza. Okay, so those are the events that are coming up. The 2 new kits that came out, I showed you these yesterday. I cannot wait for them. I'm so excited for them. Both of them are awesome kits, but I also love the stamp sets. Welcome Garden with all the gates and Maritime Moments. This one has a flamingo with a cool background scenery with die cuts. This one's a sailboat with the background. This one's a lighthouse with a boat in the foreground. I just love them. They're awesome. Okay, so these are the add-on dies. I guess I could have just waited and showed you this. These were in low inventory. I don't know if they will sell out. All the other ones, there's still some of. These are the most popular of all the dies because they have this most adorable little bee and hive in them. So those are the January, February, March ones. And like I said, as soon as I get a picture, I'll let you know what the April, May, June ones are. But I can tell you, they're awesome. And they're all, like I said, even without the kits, you could use those dies. March, Daisy Daydream. Oh, see, I knew I had a lot to do, but I went over my half hour already. I tried to do these updates in like 15 minutes. I knew it'd be longer today, but gotta hurry up. Yeah, this is going to be awesome because it's the anniversary month in March. You get 2 stamp sets in this. Beautiful cards, watercolor, bees, daisies, vellum, foil. It's just going to be epic, 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 epic. I put the sketch challenge out yesterday as well. So this is the sketch. I cannot wait to start playing with this. I will show you my pictures on Friday. And then last night, a whole bunch of, in addition to those 2 kits I showed you, a whole bunch of, this is a Demon sheet, but I don't think you can read it anyways, demonstrator sheet. The highlighted stuff is what I have. A whole bunch of online exclusives went on sale. There is some fabulous stuff. Now you can see them in the online store. You go in, you go shop products, hit online exclusives, and the newest stuff will always be first. They sort it by item number, so the newest stuff is always at the top of the list. Group orders going in at 6 tonight. I didn't have it finished by noon, so it'll be going in at 6 today. Like I said, another order going in on the morning of the 11th. As soon as I can order those dies, I will be doing a big group order. And I'll be doing another order on the 25th of March as well. So I guess whatever you're waiting for. But yeah, if you want to get in on the group order or you just need help making an order, you need a link to my online store, any of those things, I will post the information and you can always just message me. Okay, who's ready for a diaper fold? I realize now the sun is shining in. Ooh, look at this. I'm such a dork, I know. But look, I can play with the sunspots on my face. Whee. Okay. Squirrel, I told you. Okay, diaper folds. So usually a diaper fold is made with a 6x6 piece of paper, and it's like one of the most common treats ever. but I was having lots of fun. I should maybe show you what a diaper fold is. This is a diaper fold. It's a treat holder. And the best part of this is they're really easy to make, and they also have no glue. Ta-da! So really, if you gifted this to a crafter and they wanted to reuse it, you can see that they could probably cut things out of it. Anyways, they're very easy to make. And once they're all folded up properly, they just hold together all on their own. And they look like a diaper, I guess is why they're called a diaper fold. Super handy. Now, there's lots of things you can put in. I'll show you different examples as we go. Some things, like these are the coffee bags. You could put a tea bag. This is basically a coffee single in a bag. Because of the shape of it, I tend to just fold things so they fit snugger. But this is, so that's a coffee, a cookie, and a little mint. So you have a little coffee break in a pack. So this one is made this size, and here's my palm. I don't have very big hands. I have fat hands. I just don't have big hands. This is made with a 6x6 piece of paper. Now, I had also made ones with 5x5 pieces of paper. This is an old one. This stamp set's not available, but I love the saying. This is 5x5, so it's a little bit smaller, right? And this is standard gift card, and then there's just like a little chocolate in here. So this was 5x5. So then when I started making the Valentine stuff, I wanted to have something really small, like if you wanted them for a kid's class where you needed, 25 or 30 of them, just little cute little things. So these have little chocolate mint patties in them, whatever they're called. What's this? There's like a brand name of them that's the most popular, and I can't even think what it is right now. So anyways, I made these with a 4x4 piece of paper because I wanted to make it small enough that it didn't look like, if I put this one mint patty in this big thing, it wouldn't even look like there was anything in it, right? So they're very easily adjustable because you fold them the same way no matter how big the paper is. So this was the smallest I had ever made, and this is using a 4x4 piece of paper. It's also a great way if you have like bits and pieces left over, like you might have a 4x4 chunk, like, because you cut all the other big pieces out. So this one, 4x4, and I'm staying with the original 6x6 here to show you. So then one day I'm sitting at my desk, as I do, I was like, I wonder how small you could make this. Like, what's the smallest you could make? So then I made the world's cutest, literally the world's cutest, treat holder. And this is what happens when you take a 3x3 piece of paper and you fold it into this. And it's big enough to fit a lifesaver, right? Like I couldn't get 2 lifesavers in here, but how cute is this thing? It's flippin' adorable. Look how small it is. But if you had like 100 people sitting at a conference or something, and instead of just putting like a tray of candies in the middle, everybody got a little hello lifesaver. Oh my God, it's adorable. Anyways, I'll have pictures of all these afterwards. Some of them are using old products. And see this one, the lifesaver package is really big and I didn't want it to fall out. So I just folded it over and tucked it in, right? Now, if you were giving these away, like if you're just handing them to someone, just like this is fine, right? If they're going to be at like a craft sale or something and they're going to be manhandled a bit, then yeah, you definitely want to put them in something. Because even if this thing fell out, which it doesn't fall out super easily, but if it fell out, peppermint patty, then at least it doesn't get lost, right? But look at how cute this is, right? So again, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I wonder how big I could make one of these. Like, how much bigger? Oh, I got to keep my 6x6 sample. Here, let me move this over. It's a bit too much contrast. So this is my 6x6 piece of paper. So I went to grab I was going to try 8x8. I was skipping the 7. I was going straight to the 8. But as it turns out, the piece of paper that I had left in my package was 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, which God knows why that was the size. Oh, I do. 5 1/4? Nope, that doesn't make sense either. 4 1/4. I have no idea. That was the oddest size because DSP is 12 by 12. And to get the most out of a piece of DSP, I try to cut like 3x4 or 6x6 or 4x4 so that I can like not have leftovers. But somehow, anyways. So this is a package that was made with a piece that is 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. So close enough to like an 8x8. So this is that much bigger. Like I said, I jumped a step there, but it's a bit bigger because I was just like, well, what can we do? So this one has a package of hot chocolate, this very thick chocolate that I got. My son says they're good. I like white chocolate. I didn't try these. That we got at Costco, but it's a really thick chocolate. And again, everybody loves these cookies and I bought them in bulk. So, and a cookie. So here's like a little sweet chocolate break. right? So this is the 8x8. So I am still trying to find, I had made this box years ago, and it had just some basics, like little wet wipes and some hand cream and some toilet tissue. And I've made ones before with chapstick, Kleenex, and I think little hand creams. But I was trying to find, like, sometimes I want to make bigger ones. So I'm curious to see if something as thick as a package of Kleenex. I have like 50 of these left over from my dad's funeral. We got a huge box of them and had them on every table. I have a ton of them left over. I need to find ways that I can use up this Kleenex, but it's thick, right? So I thought, well, let's just see. So for the purpose of Tracey's curious, but also I'm going to show you how to fold this. So I'm going to show you how to fold it on a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I also have to tell you something about pattern, but I figure this is the way to do it. And then I'm going to do it a second time on a 6x6, just so you can see me fold it twice. It's not hard, but just so you can see it. Just let me move my painters out of the way because I keep falling on what I'm trying to do. But yeah, so we're about to find out, if you took an entire 12 by 12 piece of paper, what could you stick inside of it? So one of the things you want to consider when you're picking your piece of paper, this is from the Autumn Scrapbook Kit, the paper that goes with it. And I just, for the life of me, don't remember what it is, but it's got great fall colors and I love it. So I see little trees. I don't know if that's what they're meant to be, but I see little trees. So to me, this paper should, like, this is up, right? This one is just squares, and they're not, it may look wonky on the screen, but the lines are not straight. It's not like a grid drawn with a piece of paper. It's like a hand-drawn grid. So they're a little wonky, but it is a grid. And I'm going to show you the reason why your best bet is to pick paper that's more like this. That said, it doesn't even matter really, but I'll show you what happens. Oh, I just realized I forgot to grab something. So what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is fold this in half. I forgot to bring my big scoring thing over. So if you are lucky enough to have a scoring table that works for 12 by 12 paper, that's a good idea. One other option, sorry, I leaned all that stuff I just showed you on top of my trimmer. You can make it work on a trimmer. It works better on a scoring table, but you can make it work on a trimmer. And then for this little guy, I have recently discovered that when you're using a smaller piece of paper, like the 6x6, our little mini guillotine, which I'm sorry you can't get anymore, but I love this thing. You can use this. But if you have anything that has like a right angle in it, you can use it to help you fold. You could also, if you want to make life easier, you can just take your paper, and it doesn't really fit in the trimmer. So in that case, you have to do it on a piece that's 12 by 12. Here, let me show you on this one. So on this one, I'll just show it to you this way. So on a 6x6 one, if you want, you can put it in your trimmer, and probably up to like maybe a 10 by 10 or something will fit in your trimmer. The 12 by 12 doesn't. But you can put it in. You've got the point lined up here and the point lined up here, and you could just score it so that when you go fold it in half diagonally is what we're doing. This is the problem. It's very slippery. Then you have a score line to go on so that you can get it folded in half easier, right? But I'll show you a trick. Because if you have this, or like I said, it'll work on other things. I can't put that back in because my clipboard is now blocking my way. Here's one of the things you can do. Use this corner to hold your paper, and you take the other point and you fold it into the corner and push it into the corner and then go squish. And now your paper is folded in half because this is keeping your point straight. Now, if you were just to grab, shockingly, I don't just have a random piece of paper sitting here that's square. Okay. Anyways, if you were just, I don't have one. Let's use this one. This one is not square, but let's pretend it is. If you were just to go like this, take your paper, line up your points, and fold it in half and go like this, and you were a little bit off, it doesn't really matter. I'm just particular, and so I like to try to make mine as square as possible. But it's also frustrating because, like I said, it slips around a little bit, how hard it is. The bigger the piece of paper, the harder it is, actually. The smaller ones I find are easier. But yeah, that's a little trick. I don't even know who I saw this years ago. Somebody was folding paper. They weren't making these. They were just folding paper. And they used the corner of their scoring table. And I was like, oh, good Lord, that's genius. But then this sits a little farther away from my desk. But then I thought, oh, I'm going to try to do it with a different piece of paper. And I realized, yeah, because this one, same thing. If you put your paper in the corner like this and fold it over, or like I said, just use your score table and score in half. It's not really that hard. I'm just giving you options for if you're particular about the corners. You're not really going to see these points. Like these 2 points here, you're not going to see. And this point, you pull away from the other one anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I've taken my piece of 12 by 12 and I have folded it in half, diagonally. That makes me think of Harry Potter every time. Diagonally, and he ends up in the wrong spot. Where's my Harry Potter peeps? Okay, then I'm going to take this point. Oops, it's off screen. This point here, and I'm going to fold it straight down into the center. Now, there's probably ways that you can like line your stuff up and use your grid paper here and use your grid paper here, right? So where this point is here, I'm making sure I'm on the same line down here. But really, all you have to do is eyeball it. So make it look like this straight, and it goes down to the fold line, right? So I now have this little flap of paper. So I folded it in half, and then I folded this flap down. I'm going to just turn it sideways so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to hold this one up, the one that I just folded, and I'm taking this point and I'm folding it over, and I'm using this fold line I just made to figure out where to put this to, right? And then I'm going to take this one, this other point, which is off screen right now, and I'm going to fold it over and do the same thing. I'm just lining it up so that this piece I just pulled in folds up. This is huge. This is a huge treat holder. And I'm going to do this. Now, you don't have to, but if you want to, and maybe on a piece of paper this big, it's a good idea. You can then just kind of run over your bone folder and keep these all scored down. So here's the thing. This is where if these don't perfectly line up, they're now underneath and you're pulling this flap down. So you don't see the points. And these points aren't together anymore. That is it. Because you see right now this thing is popping up. But as soon as I put my hand in like this, ta-da! It doesn't move. The beauty of this, like one of the beauties of this, is you can pre-make these little babies. I started to do these and then I just haven't finished filling them. I'm going to put like just little everyday little treats in them. Is you can make them and then you just have a stack of them. I just had these sitting in a container that was like holding them. But once they're made, right? And you can sit like this until you need to grab one and fill it. Super easy. So yeah, this is my 12 by 12 one. So here's my original one that I made with my 6 by 6, and this is 12 by 12. They're awesome. This is kind of 8 by 8, so it would be in between. So if I went 6, 8, so if I did a 10 by 10 one, you know it's going to be somewhere in between, right? So most of the stuff that's in here is not super bulky, but they do open a little bit. But I am pretty sure the only problem with this is the Kleenex is smaller. Oh, no, maybe not. I was going to say it's smaller than thing. You won't even see it, but you still kind of see it. But look at this with the hand cream. Now, I probably could put the hand cream in the other way where it's bigger, but it just makes this pop open more, which means anything that's not as big is going to be loose. So in this case, I'm just going to take creative license and put it upside down because you can see it's tapered at the top. So it won't push this out as far. And then I'm going to take my little wet wipes and I'm going to pop them in. And look at that. I have so much stuff in here. Now, one thing I never thought of before, and it only just now occurred to me, I'm going to just move these. And this is what I do when I put stuff in. I just kind of shuffle them around a little bit until I get the way I want. Because this thing is so huge, I'm realizing now that like all these other things, they stick out, right? They stick out a bunch. Even on the little one, they stick out enough that this is not just this big empty background. On this one, we have a big empty background. So my guess is that if I wanted to, oh, that is cool. If I made it small enough, I could actually make this so that it would fold, or either that I just have to jam them down more, but oh, yeah. If I just jam them down more, I can fold this. Ooh, look at that. And you get a lid. Like you get a cover. Look how cool that looks. Holy cow, you learn something new every day. I love that. With this little pattern here. Now, I'm not going to keep it that way, so because I want to be able to take the picture this way. So I would crease it then so it would stay. And in this case, I think you would have to tie a ribbon or something around. But look at that. That is a cool looking tree holder. I like that. Okay, so anyways, what I've learned about this is that these are too short. But here's the thing, because this will hold so much, this doesn't mean that I have to put everything where it's visible. Some of the stuff could be treats that you see later. And then I can have this stuff popping out like this. And I don't even know what else I would put in here, but I can put other things in here. This 12 by 12 size, holy cow, can you get stuff in here? Anyway, so my point that I was going to show you by picking this particular paper is, you see how my little trees are going sideways now? Is it the end of the world? No. The other thing is, yes, this is the right. So whatever the flap is that comes down, this is where I put, like in every one of these, as you can see, every one of these, I put something in front of it. So whatever flap comes down, you're going to put something, at least a little something in front of, I think. So it's the same as the plaid or the gingham or whatever you want to call this. The lines aren't all going in one direction, but does it really matter? I don't think so. This one has stripes on it. And when you look at the paper, the stripes are up and down. When you fold it, the stripes are diagonal. Does it matter? Not really. I don't think. But you see the difference. So this paper is pink and pink, right? This is just opposite sides. This one has a more dramatic reveal. So just something to consider when you're picking your paper, right? If you wanted this to be all floral, or you want everything in it was going to be pink, and this shamrock color did not go with pink, then this would not be your selection, right? So just make sure, because you're going to see both sides of the paper. And then you also have to decide, well, which side do I want to see out? Because that's the one you're going to see more of, right? And then add whatever you want. This is big, so this needs like a big label. Like I would not make a box this big and put this tiny little label on it, unless I did something like this, where I put a big image of die cut and then a tiny little label. So yeah, you can fit all sorts of stuff in here. One of the other things you can do is, if you're making this for little crafting customers or friends that like to craft, or you want to get people in, or you're a demonstrator and you want to thank customers or team members or something. Sorry, I covered everything up that I wanted. We have lots of different size embellishment containers. We have some that are these bigger ones. Oh, this is a brand new one. Look at that. That are the bigger size now. Most of them tend to be this size. And then we do have, on occasion, they come out. I absolutely love these. Look at these. I don't think I can make them show. They're little hammered. Oh my God, I absolutely love these ones. So these are kind of the 3 different sizes of dimensional packages that we get now. But see, something like this that sticks out more looks awesome, right? So maybe you just want to give somebody some dimensionals. Maybe, or not dimensionals, embellishments. Maybe, and I always have stuff on my desk. I don't necessarily have the stuff I meant. This is only one card. I need more than one card. Let's see how many are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 cards here. Maybe you want to give them a nice little bundle of cards. Like I said, something nice on the front. Oh, look at this. This is a nice big one. I always have stuff lying on my desk. Funny enough, the colors even work. And not that these necessarily go together, but hey, happy birthday with a seagull on it. Seagulls go with everything because they're adorable, right? But look at this. How about that for a nice little thing? 6 cards, 6 envelopes, easily fit in this 12 by 12 package. And I knew you'd want something bigger. Do you want to put one lifesaver in a package this big? No. Do you want to throw a lifesaver down beside so there's a surprise in there when they get their cards? Sure. Right? These things are like so many possibilities. I have 2 minutes left. I will put a decoration. I actually think I'm going to use this happy birthday one because it works quite well. One of the things you notice I've done, and I've done it on a few different ones, is sometimes you just need a piece of cardstock. Just something to give a bit of jazz, so it's not just a label. Or sometimes in this case, because this is fairly pale and this is white, I needed just something in between so that you could tell, hey, there's a different thing on there. You can, I know I got white ribbon here somewhere. There we go. You can put bows and things on them. In this case, like this is there's still no glue holding this closed. If you're going to put something like this on it and you're going to glue it down, well, now you're going to make it so it doesn't unfold. But once you give it to somebody, it's not like they were going to planning on unfolding it anyways, right? So you could tie something across and like put like this, whatever you want. In this one, one somewhere over here, there's a dimensional sticking onto this piece. So this one is not going to lift up and be able to take apart because I put a dimensional there. So it's kind of like sealed now. If you were making something bigger, or you had like a little one and you wanted to make sure it was as secure as possible, put a little adhesive under here. Boom. This doesn't move. The whole thing stays together. Right. So there's lots of things you can do to do decorations. I will take pictures of all of these and post them afterwards so you can see. I'm going to go though one more time because I told you I was going to do it twice. This is stripes. I'm going to show you the right. Like this is a bold, like just a mixed pattern. This is stripes, but again, does it matter? No. So I'm going to make one more just so you can see it again. I'm going to sign off. It's 4 o'clock. So we're taking this one isn't so big. You can see the whole thing at once. So we're taking our piece of paper. We're folding it in half diagonally. We're folding this point down to the fold. And we want to try to line these up so they're like somewhat straight. Not that anybody will ever know. We're going to give it a little 90-degree turn. We're taking this point, and this edge is what lines up on the score line we just made, right? I hold it like this just because it makes it easier for me to see if I hold it up, right? I'm going to score that one or push that one down. And then we're going to take this edge, grabbing this point, and we're going to put it against that same score line we just made. And we are going to burnish. And it's crooked and it doesn't even matter. Because we have a bunch of layers of paper, sometimes it does work easier to use your bone folders than your finger. We're going to fold that over, pop our hand in it just to, and it's sealed. Now, and yeah, like if this one's going to pop open, it's not, oh, that's what else I had. Look at, I have some more fun treats on my desk. We have some fruit stations. Those fit nicely in this 6x6 size. I try to give, like, if I'm giving stuff to kids, I try to make it a little less sugar. These I think are slightly healthier options. Plus I don't think they have dyes and there's no nuts. No nuts is a big school thing. I found these awesome balloons years ago at one of the dollar stores, and you put it on the floor and you step on it, and there's some chemical reaction inside of it, like you take it out of a little package and you step on and it puffs up and it inflates into a little balloon, like there's some chemical reaction inside. It is so much fun. But anyways, there's a little happy birthday. That thing will fit in there. These are old school from before. And normally I would put like a sticker on the back, like stamp something on the back and put a piece of cardstock on the back so it says something. But a fun little maze. The possibilities are limitless of what you can jam in one of these things. I found these little sparklers too. Here, how about that for birthday? You get a balloon, a sparkler, and a toy. Ta-da! Diaper fold. I will show you, like I said, I will show you the, or I will take pictures and show you all the, whatever this one ends up being finished. And I will show you that again. I don't really know how to write the instructions for that. So if you missed it, just watch the video over and over again until you get it, but it's really not that hard. So I'm guessing you want to watch it too many times. And yes, adorable, cutest little one is 3x3. I probably could make smaller, but I'm not sure what I'd put in it because Lifesaver is kind of the smallest thing I've got, but there you go. So classes coming up, lots of them. Online exclusives, changes to the paper, changes to paper pumpkin, water painters. Watch again if you need a recap of any of those things, or by all means, send me a message and we can talk one-on-one on the specifics because that might just be easier. And I will just keep posting chunks of information as they come up and as they get closer. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Have a fantastic week. I will have stuff posted before then, and I will be back on Friday with my projects for the Mission Monday, and then you can show me what you made for yours. All right? Take care, everyone.